Hi, everyone. Diana Rankin here. Just going to get comfortable here. And you know who in the background there. She's sound asleep, so we're not going to say her name and wake her just yet. But we're here on a beautiful fall afternoon or morning, wherever you are. But where I am, it's around 1 o'clock. Sheila says, hello, Diana. Hello, Sheila. And we'll just kind of go over things while we're waiting for those who are able to come live. It's always so good to see everybody live. I love it. And Sheila says, hello, everyone. This is where we are Fridays. You, my viewers, you write me questions. You can put them in the comments below, or you can email them to me. My email information is below. And I do ask that you keep the questions of a general nature so they're of interest to the whole audience. If you have private questions, please get a hold of me and we will set that up. Akila says, hello, Diana. Hello, everyone. And Sandra says, hi, everybody. And Akila, I will see you tonight. I saw that you signed up for our Sacred Circle. And just to tell everybody what that is, between 7 and 9 Eastern Time, once a month, I hold a sacred circle. And what a sacred circle is we have a little story, and then we do a meditation for personal and planetary healing. And then anyone who wants a private message, well, it's private, but it's among a few other people. I should say a psychic message from spirit. You then get a message from me. It's only $20, so just enough to kind of cover a few of my costs there. So please come and join us. There still is time to sign up, but just really only a few hours because I do shut off the signing up around 3 or 4 this afternoon because I have to send you a link because we're doing this by Zoom over people's computers and phone. It's not in person. Akila says, so excited. Well, we're excited to have you. And Sheila says, oh, wondering what time that is in Amsterdam. I'm sorry, I don't know. Sheila, you're welcome to join us because it is over Zoom, so you wouldn't have a phone cost. But you have to look at the difference in the time. I don't know offhand how far away Amsterdam is. I know Ireland is 5 hours. That's about as far as I can go. I think England may be 5 hours, but I'm not sure. Amsterdam, I'm not sure what time zone you're on, but this is Eastern time when you look it up. Right now, Eastern time, it is 1:02 p.m. Well, it is 1:02 p.m. Yes, Eastern time where I am is 1:02 p.m. In Amsterdam, are you on that same time zone? I didn't think so, but what do I know? Believe me. It is 1:02 p.m. Eastern time right now, 7 p.m. tonight. We will be on Zoom, but you do have to sign up ahead of time because I've got to send you the link. All right. Also, my newsletter's out there. It is free and lots of articles on the blog. Sheila says, oh, that's 2 in the morning. Yeah, I kind of thought we were far apart there, but my newsletter's free and you can just go sign up for it. And every Friday morning at 4:25 Eastern time, the newsletter comes out. And they're always also in the newsletter, I have links to blogs and to Piper's story. I don't want to wake her here. She's sleeping. Or go on my website and there are meditations, there are blogs on there if you like reading. If you like videos, I've got lots out there to help you develop your intuition, putting more out all the time. So hopefully it's my way of helping to heal the world, and anything that is of use to you, please take advantage of it. We will get a message today in addition to our question from a viewer. I want to tell you the question from a viewer. Oh, and Juliet Tanner says, happy Friday, everyone. Well, Juliet, good to see you. Juliet is here in Ohio, so she knows what time it is. Our question for the day, it's a good one. And thank you for the viewer who sent this. How does one slow down the crazy pace of life when it seems nothing can be done? Okay, we're going to talk about that. We'll also get a message from one of my books. It's The Master's Book of Answers by Phillip, who you know is my spirit guide. And this is just different messages from everybody or from Phillip. It's what I call an oracle book. So you need an answer, you just go get your message here. I always, in my morning, in my meditation, and my drumming, and my journaling, I always like to get a message from Phillip, and it plays out during the day, or it may answer something I've just written about. So get your books. Anyway, here we go. How does one slow down the crazy pace of life when it seems nothing can be done? I want to also say, I am not an astrologer. I think astrology is right on and so great. It's a good way of looking at what's happening in life. But I looked at astrology years ago and I said, I don't have the mathematical intuition or indications or desire to really study astrology. So I didn't. So, but the astrologers I know are they're great. And I just read this morning that we're moving into a period of Libra. And what it said is we have been in a very chaotic period. I don't have to tell you that. You all know the energy has just been crazy. But it's given us, those issues have come up to heal for many of us, myself included. And what we're moving into now is a time of more balance. But I always think of this time where I am in the northern hemisphere as the time of moving into the time of the West. And as we move into the time of the West, that is the time of the bear. So that is the time to go inward, the time to hibernate, the time to really look at our stuff so that we can then move into the time of the North, which is the place of wisdom. Some others are coming on, so let's say hello to everybody. Let's see, where did I stop? Debbie, hi everyone. Sheila says, Sheila says, I have the feeling something exciting is going to happen in a good way. I have that too. And also I have been seeing, and a lot of my clients have been going through really rough stuff, but we've also been seeing 1111, which my favorite number because it's my birthday, but it's also and 111. So it's also a big number of change. And so a lot of us are seeing the 1111 or 111, and that it brings about change. So I really do. I think we're going to see a lot of change coming in, and it's that loving change, that peaceful change. That doesn't mean there won't be a backlash, but I think we've made that flip, and the backlash is going to have to settle down some. Debbie says, me too. So she's seeing this excitement, and she's feeling a bit nervous, like a kid for Christmas. I get that. You can tell. It is exciting. And I have to remind myself often, anxiety and excitement react the same in the body. So yes, that's a good way. It's a great way of putting it, Sheila, like a kid for Christmas. Ha ha, she says. Okay, let me read this answer because I think Phillip has some good information here. So the question again is, how does one slow down the crazy pace of life when it seems nothing can be done? Here's what Phillip's my spirit guide, had to say. Y'all know that, right? Phillip's my spirit guide, right? We remind you that everything is energy. Once this is grasped, it is then the path to creating harmony over stress. It must also be noted that since time exists only as a communication and division information in the third dimension, that time is relative. When you are impatiently waiting for something, time moves quite slowly. Yep. The opposite is true when you are trying to accomplish a number of tasks in a particular time frame. Yep. I will tell you, as I'm sitting here at my computer waiting for that 1 o'clock, and I try to do meditation before and keep myself calm. Doesn't always work, obviously. Time depending upon, oh, I need more time for meditating, or come on, let's go 1 o'clock. You all know what he's saying here, right? Now that we have stated this, we also wish to state that Earth's time has advanced, or as you might say, speeded up. This leaves humans feeling a faster paced energy. This energy alone can bring on anxiety and a sense of always rushing. Add to this the lives chosen by many, leaving them saying, "Stop the world, I want to get off." Oh, yeah, I've said that. I think we all have it sometime, haven't we? Let us put all this together to see what can be done to help those with a crazy paced life. First, recognize you have chosen your life. No one has chosen it for you. Certainly, there are circumstances not in your control, but always in your control is how you respond to the circumstances. If you are constantly saying or thinking there isn't enough time, guess what? There isn't. Instead, take a breath and tell yourself there is plenty of time to do what needs to be done. As you work the task, set 2 alarms. Let's say you have 60 minutes to complete a task. Set the first alarm for 50 minutes and the second for 60. This will keep you from checking the clock every few minutes. Go about the task while paying no attention to the clock. Boy, that one really hit me, because I thought, if I have an hour and I set the clock for an hour, I'm constantly looking how close to that hour I am. But if I know it's going to go off 10 minutes before the hour, I'm not even going to look at the clock. I like that. Phillip goes on to say, do this and you will find time stretches. Remember to remind yourself there is plenty of time to do what needs to be done. Look at your life and your schedule. Have you taken on too much? Do you need to ask for help? And so many of you have heard me say, breathe in and you receive, breathe out and you give. If you're constantly breathing out, guess what? You can't live. So we have to breathe in and breathe out. We have to receive as well as give, but remember to breathe in and receive. Those with children and or elderly loved ones to care for may often feel overwhelmed. You may feel there is no one else to help you. You may also feel you must do everything. But must you? If you are always stressed because of your job and family, what are the gifts you are giving to your family? Another word for gift, by the way, is lessons. Are you teaching that one must partake in everything, or that one must be selective? You say you have no time to meditate or spend time in nature, but you will only find the rest of your life peace-filled if you do find time for that which brings you peace. There are multiple ways to prioritize your life, but none will work until you are able to understand: 1, you are the creator of your life. Create wisely. 2, time is relative. Still, it must be used wisely. How do you view life? When you look outside the window, do you shudder at all the leaves that must be raked? Or do you see the beauty of all the colors? Are you so busy planning tomorrow that you have no time for today? Have you learned to say no and create healthy boundaries? Or have you taught yourself and your children to be a people pleaser with no healthy boundaries or no ability to say no? Your life, your choices are yours. For this moment, the most important thing for you is to breathe. Follow your breath in. Now follow it out. Did you notice that for a moment time slowed? You did not notice the crazy pace. Or do you notice in that moment of the breath, in and out, you were not stressed? There will always be times when you feel stressed and tight for time. That is when you stop, breathe, and remind yourself that you have all the time. and resources you need. Hello, Gail says, interesting, isn't it? Time changes its time. Faster, slower, faster. Yes. And Sheila says, I saw a UFO. Do you think we're going to meet our space brothers and sisters soon? I hope so. We really need to help. We really need help on this planet. And Akila says, this is so perfect. Thank you all. Sheila, we will certainly look deeper at that question. But I will tell you, I saw UFOs years ago. And as you all know, I'm 77. And when I say years ago, I'm talking about as a girl, also as a young woman. And so they've been around a long time. Now there is talk of them. And now even the US government is admitting that they've seen USOs and pilots are talking about it. So there's a lot more information. And I think a lot more people are seeing them. But I still think that it's more of watching. I always say they're the watchers watching over us, that we have to solve our own problems. And Sheila says, oh, so cool, Diana. Yes, I've never been abducted. For that, I think I'm grateful. But, one time, I believe it was in England, standing in a crop circle. This goes back into the mid-90s. And I was standing in a crop circle in England, and I felt a breeze. And to me, the crop circles were made not by human hands or human machines. And things were taken in the crop circle. The energy was just very different in many sacred places and in crop circles. So I think crop circles were a way the UFOs were saying, we are here, we are watching over you. And I hope all of the aliens are friendly. I don't know. So here we go. Let's get our message from Phillip for the week, shall we? It is so exciting, by the way, to have the conversations with all of you, because that keeps me from feeling I'm just sitting here talking to the screen. And for those of you on different time zones, or for those of you who can't come live, your comments below are so appreciated. And love the thumbs up, by the way. That tells me that what I'm saying is helpful, as do your comments, and deeply, deeply appreciated. I didn't always see the comments before, and I just found out YouTube, I'm not really tech savvy. I get by, but I'm not real tech savvy. I guess from my age I am. But I just noticed yesterday YouTube is starting to put comments where I can find them, so to speak. So hopefully I can respond to those of you who aren't live, that I can respond to a little bit easier. Okay, here we go. We're going to get our message. And Debbie says, your dog is beautiful. Thank you. She is. She's 10, and she's been with me about a year and a half now. And she is. And, Piper's a writer. She has her own stories. They're out on Facebook. And yes, we are turning it into a book. Can't tell you when it'll be out. Don't know. That's not really, well, it's sort of up to me, but not really. But I have to tell this real quick, cute story. I was talking to my 4-year-old great niece, and we were talking about doggies. And I said, my doggie Piper is a writer. And she thought, and she thought, and she thought about it very seriously. And then she looked at me and she said, does she have fingers to hold the pencil? Let's get our message for the week. Again, the question was, how does one slow down the crazy pace of life when it seems nothing can be done? Here we go. I'm hearing right. If you heard right, we're in sync. Our intuition is the same, is telling you it's right. But if you heard left, listen carefully, because I will also read that page. That's a message that you need to pay attention to as well. Okay, 221 is our message for the week. Life is reflective. And isn't that what Phillip was telling us? Life is reflective. Remember to breathe, because we automatically slow down when we do. Life is reflective. That's our message. If you heard left, Without the rain, flowers would not bloom and trees would not grow. But remember, too much rain produces floods that wilt the flowers and uproot the trees. Again, without the rain, flowers would not bloom and trees would not grow. But remember, too much rain produces floods that wilt the flowers and uproot the trees. And our message for everyone is life is reflective. Sheila, thank you. I'm deeply touched. Thank you. Your donation is heart touching. Thank you. And for all of you, and there's Piper kind of looked up at us, didn't she? And thank you, Debbie. She's a very beautiful little girl. I always say she grew up in one of the wealthiest areas with a good family in Michigan, and she's moved to this rural area in Ohio. But I think she appreciates it because it is very quiet here. Thank you all for being with us today. Thank you for the love and support you send to us. It is deeply appreciated. And thank you for the love you receive from us. And always, always, thank you for that love that you send out to the rest of the world. Be calm, look at your schedules, and as Phillip said, breathe. Love you, my friends. See you next time. Bye for now.